Hi, I'm Kevin. Welcome yet again to my kitchen. So when we got together a couple of days ago for a little bread baking recipe, I happened to mention that I was running low on yeast and that I had found a 2-pound bag of active dry yeast on Amazon. The cost was $59 and with shipping it came to $66. Well, the yeast arrived on Wednesday, and here it is. It's Red Star Active Dry Yeast. It's a vacuum-packed 2-pound bag, and 2 pounds is 32 ounces. So $59 plus shipping may seem like a lot of money to you. It certainly did to me, but I did the math, and I will be able to make at least 128 loaves of bread with this 2-pound bag. And the total cost for the yeast per loaf of bread will be 52 cents, roughly 52 cents. So that's not bad. And let's see, if you are low on yeast and you decide to buy a 2-pound bag like this one, be sure to check the expiration date. And this was one of my big concerns because on Amazon they don't tell you the expiration date. So it says the production date was November 2019 and best if used by November 2021. So I think we're good. But there's only one way to test this yeast to make sure that it is indeed active. So I'm going to show you the test right now. Hang on. First, I need to open the bag. Yeah, I can't tell you how happy I was to receive this because during this pandemic, it's really impossible to find active dry yeast at supermarkets. And here's what it looks like. Looks like yeast. It doesn't smell like much of anything, I have to say. So now, to do this test, you take a half cup of very warm water. That's about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And then add 2 1/4 teaspoons of the yeast. And to help get it started, add 1 teaspoon of regular granulated sugar. And then whisk that together. You want the yeast to soften up in the warm water. And then we have to let this stand for about 10 minutes. And if the yeast is active, the yeast will foam up and it should reach the 1 cup mark on this glass measure. And the foam should have a rounded top. So I'm going to set this aside for 10 minutes and come back and show you the results. I hope the yeast is active. Okay, it's only been 5 minutes and look at this. The yeast is almost at the 1 cup mark. So I would say this is active. I'm going to let it go for another 4 minutes and then I will report back. Well, glory hallelujah. I did not waste $66 on yeast. We have exceeded the 1 cup mark, and I don't know if you can see, but the yeast has created a rounded top. So this yeast is good. Now let me show you how to store yeast. Yeah, yeast is highly perishable. if it is exposed to any kind of moisture or condensation or high temperatures, it will become inactive. It will die. So what is recommended is to store it in a glass jar or any airtight container. I'm using a quart size jar here. Then I have a lid. And let's see, and then I have a pint-sized jar over here. I'll probably need yet another jar. Maybe not. I have a little left in the bag. On goes the lid, tightly sealed, and then you can store this. Let me move the camera up. You can store this in the refrigerator. Ooh, too close. You don't need to see that much of me. So this will keep for a good 4 months in the refrigerator, and for longer storage you want to freeze it. And frozen yeast will stay good for at least 6 months. I suspect it will stay good for closer to a year. Anyway, I'm going to use this yeast to make another batch of my basic white sandwich bread, and I had that video. I made that video the other day. I hope you watched it. And if I don't use it for the bread, I may use it for my hamburger buns. And I also have that video up, so I hope you'll watch it. And I hope you learned something from this little video. And I hope you're able to find yeast at your supermarket, but if you can't find it locally, you can buy it online from Amazon. And I'm not going to post a link to Amazon because I don't want to make any money on this. So anyway, talk to me in the comments field below, and I will see you next time with a very delicious recipe, probably a yeast bread. Okay, bye for now. Oh, look at this. It's just growing and growing and growing. Very active. And I am very happy today. Bye for now.